This is the greatest thing that I have ever seen. Out of everything that's on the internet, this is the best thing.
This fish keeping live stream is presented in part by Oasis Aquatics. Oasis Aquatics specializes in tropical freshwater fish, saltwater fish, invertebrates, coral, and oddballs. We strive to provide weird, rare, and unique fish. We ship all across the USA. Find your Oasis today at oasisaquaticsnj.com. Don't forget to enter the Oasis Aquatics giveaway simply by purchasing some fish from Oasis Aquatics, and you'll automatically be entered and have the chance to win $100 in store credit. When ordering, please mention Aqua Alex or my YouTube channel.
Somebody come and save me from this, make it end. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. My secret side I keep it under lock and key. I keep it caged, but I can't control that. 'Cause if I let him out, he'll bring me down. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster.
It's a Friday night with Aqua Alex. That means it's time to go live and chat fish. Welcome. Welcome, fish keepers, to a very supersized Friday Live with Aqua Alex. A lot of things going on tonight to make sure the last Friday Live of September is a banger. Owner of Oasis Aquatics, Tom Maguire is here to chat about freshwater stingrays. Fish keeper and fellow viewer Jeremy Leighty is here for a fun fish and reptile chat. Aqua Alex will discuss tips for caring for crayfish and freshwater clams and answer the question, using Pothos in aquariums, how and why. Aqua Alex's featured fish is the clown loach. From South America, learn about the black ghost knifefish. From Africa, learn about the Starry Night Cichlid, and learn about the panther grouper and marine betta from saltwater. All that and more live right now. Please welcome the one and the only Aqua Alex Cardinale. Take it away, Aqua Alex.
Happy Friday, fish keepers! Welcome to a supersized Friday Live. I'm your host, Aqua Alex Cardinale. Welcome to the final Friday Live of September 2024. Tonight, we're going to hear from Oasis Aquatics owner Tom Maguire, and he's going to talk to us about freshwater stingrays. And we're also going to from Jeremy Leighty, and Jeremy is going to talk to us about snakeheads. It's going to be an awesome show, and it kicks off right now. We're going to start our show with the segment I call Aqua Alex Asks You. I'm going to be asking you some questions, and you can post your answers down in the comments below. So here are the questions that I am asking you tonight here on Supersized Friday Live. What new fish do you want to get? Have you ever used Pothos in your aquariums? And have you ever kept crayfish, bettas, or goldfish? Would you if you haven't? Go ahead and post your answers in the comments. I'm going to start the forget. Well, currently, right now, I want to get some red tail tinfoil barbs and albino tinfoil barbs because this past summer I lost my trio of tinfoil barbs that I had due to my city water when they were playing with the tap water. So I want to replace those tinfoil barbs because I love tinfoil barbs. I also would like to get a Salvini cichlid and maybe some more catfish for my 125. But in less than 2 months, I'll be getting many aquariums with many fish, including some really large red hooks, and I'm really looking forward to that. Have I personally used Pothos in my aquariums? I have not, but I have people use Pothos in their personal aquariums. In the future, I do plan on having Pothos in mine. And have I ever kept crayfish, bettas, or goldfish? I've kept all three. And out of the three, my favorite would be crayfish and bettas. And if I had multiple aquariums, I probably would have all three again. But personally, not a huge goldfish guy. But some of the fancy goldfish that are out there are very nice. So we've got an early answer from one of our amazing viewers, and they went ahead and answered our questions. Bull Terrier Child in the house. Hey, Bull Terrier, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. Bull Terrier says, I want to get myself some emperor gudgeons and maybe two hinge mouth fish. The hinge mouth fish are very interesting creatures. I really like the hinge mouth fish. And Bull Terrier Child also says, I've never used Pothos in my aquarium, and I have multiple wild crayfish in my garage tanks, including a 4-inch rusty crayfish with 1-inch claws and 10 babies. I have also kept betta fish before. Thank you, Bull Terrier Child, for your answers. Now it's your turn to go ahead and answer those questions. All right, right now it is time to debut a new segment here on Friday Live with Aqua Alex. And this segment's going to air each and every Friday here on Friday Live. It is similar to my Saturday Live segment. It is now time for Keeping It Real with Aqua Alex Cardinale, where I'll be discussing any and everything around the aquarium hobby and my aquarium. First thing, 1 week from Sunday, I will be hosting my 250th episode of Aquatic Wetline. That'll be live Sunday, October 6th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on YouTube channel, The Real Alex Cardinale. I am very honored to say that my special guest on my 250th episode, Maguire, the owner of Oasis Aquatics, and Tom will be discussing why he decided to close the retail shop and go back to online sales. And also, Tom will have a couple other topics with me, so that's going to be awesome. It's always a pleasure welcoming Tom to my show. I also have a couple of other special segments lined up, including new fish, a couple of special announcements, and of course, fish keeping topics as well. So please be part of history, be part of our 250th episode, 1 week from Sunday, October 6th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. So that's going to be awesome. And like I said, I'll be getting new fish for the 250th episode. I don't know what kind, though, but hopefully something interesting. And the last thing I want to mention before we go to our first official segment, this Monday here on the Real Alex Cardinale YouTube channel, I will be hosting my very first press conference. This Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, Monday, September 30th, I'll be hosting a press conference with very special announcements on my YouTube channel for 2025, Aquarium Mania 2025, as well as my 11-year YouTube anniversary. So don't miss the press conference this Monday, September 30th, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. And finally, beginning next week, concluding in the end of October, in preparation for Halloween, right here on Friday Live with Aqua Alex, we are going to have a featured monster fish. The monsters will come out on the prowl beginning next Friday and concluding the final Friday of October. And that is the very first Keeping It Real with Aqua Alex. And now we're going to welcome the beautiful Aqua Alexa to the show. And she's going to give us information on one of the most popular fish in the aquarium hobby. Let's get you some information on bettas.
Aqua Alexa here with my first set of facts on popular aquarium fish. Tonight, Aqua Alexa will have facts on bettas and goldfish, two of the most popular freshwater aquarium fish in virtually every fish and pet store. Let's start with bettas. Bettas are a large genus of small, active, often colorful, freshwater ray-finned fishes, in the gourami family, Osphronimidae. The best-known betta species is B. splendens, commonly known as the Siamese fighting fish and often kept as an aquarium pet. All betta species are small fishes, but they vary considerably in size, ranging from under 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch, total length in B. chanoids to 14 centimeters, 5.5 inches, in the Acar betta, B. acarensis. Bettas are anabantoids, which means they can breathe atmospheric air using a unique organ called the labyrinth. This accounts for their ability to thrive in low-oxygen water conditions that would kill most other fish, such as rice paddies, slow-moving streams, drainage ditches, and large puddles. The bettas exhibit two kinds of spawning behavior. Some build bubble nests, such as B. splendens, while others are mouthbrooders, such as B. picta. The mouthbrooding species are sometimes called pseudo-bettas, and are sometimes speculated to have evolved from the nest builders in an adaptation to their fast-moving stream habitats. A phylogenetic study published in 2004 concluded tentatively that bubble nesting was the ancestral condition in betta, and that mouthbrooding has evolved on more than one occasion in the history of the genus. However, it was unable to establish a correlation with any of three habitat variables studied: whether a species was found in lowland or highland streams, whether it was found in peat swamp forests, and whether it was found in water with fast or slow currents. Mouthbrooding species tend to exhibit less sexual dimorphism, perhaps because they do not need to defend a territory as the bubble nesters do. Siamese fighting fish, B. splendens, are frequently sold in the United States simply as bettas. As of 2017, around 73 species are classified within the genus Betta. A useful distinction is that, while the generic name Betta is italicized and capitalized, when used as a common name it is usually neither italicized nor capitalized. The common name of B. pugnix, for example, is thus Penang betta. The term, fighting fish, is generalized to all members of the B. splendens species complex, including the Siamese fighting fish. Wild betta fish are hardy and eat almost any animal small enough to consume. This includes worms, larvae of mosquitoes or other insects, and smaller fish. Their natural environment is often resource limited, so many betta species are generalist feeders. Bettas are commonly kept as pet fish, especially Siamese fighting fish. Bettas are popular fish due to their color variety and ease to care for, although the males must be kept separated from other bettas. While many betta species are common and B. splendens is ubiquitous in the aquarium trade, other bettas are threatened. The IUCN Red List classifies several betta species as vulnerable. In addition, B. livida is endangered, and B. minipina, B. Persephone, and B. spilotogena are critically endangered. There are currently 76 recognized species in this genus. Those are all the facts that I have on bettas. I'll be back in the main event with facts on goldfish.
Thank you, Aqua Alexa, for the wonderful information on bettas. And now let's get to our first topic tonight on and how Pothos can be used in the home aquarium and the benefits of Pothos in aquariums. Believe it or not, you can actually use Pothos in home aquariums. Now, Pothos won't mechanically filter out particles from your aquarium water, but they're great at reducing nitrate levels and algae growth so that you don't have to do as many water changes to keep your fish happy and healthy. It is a very popular houseplant that also has the nickname Devil's Ivy because of its extreme hardiness. It's very difficult to kill and will survive even in very low light, nearly dark conditions. You often see Pothos used not only in aquariums, but also in hydroponic systems and bioactive terrariums. The only caveat is that it is toxic to cats and dogs if ingested, but we have not found any reports of aquarium fish having problems with this plant. You can easily find Pothos on the cheap at your local hardware store or plant nursery. There's no need to buy a huge plant because Pothos grows very quickly, especially in aquariums with heavy bioloads and lots of fish waste. So if you're a fish keeper like me and you keep big predatory cichlids and big predatory monster fish, Pothos could be a benefit for you because it'll keep your nitrates low and your water good. Now, if you're really on a budget, you can even start with a single Pothos leaf from a friend, and it'll readily grow roots in water. Make sure to thoroughly wash off all the dirt and fertilizers on the roots so that it won't adversely affect your aquarium's water chemistry. Now, if you keep plant-eating fish, such as silver dollars or waru, stick the Pothos in a hang-on-the-back filter to keep it out of harm's way. Set it in an area that is far away, won't grow into the impeller and clog it up. If your fish won't attack the Pothos, you can put the plant's roots directly into the tank with its leaves growing out of the water. The aquarium lid should hold the plant in place so that it won't fall in. Eventually, the Pothos will grow into a long vine, which you could guide to climb up the wall or along some shelving. Its long, stringy roots will create a beautiful jungle for your fish to swim in and out of, and you could always trim them if they get too dense. Plus, you can easily cut off a stem or leaf and propagate it into other tanks in the future. With its amazing ability to keep nitrate levels and algae growth down, Pothos might be the best filtration you can buy for less than $5. The more you know Pothos, and I'm definitely going to be adding some Pothos into my hang-on-the-back filters momentarily. All right. And now it is time for this week's Aqua Alex featured fish. And this week I'm going to be featuring, and I will let you know that it is my absolute favorite Loach. It is now time for the Aqua Alex featured fish. All right. So this week's featured fish is the beautiful clown loach. Sorry, my studio's freezing up here. 1 second. Here we go. Sorry about that. All right, let's get right to it. So this week's featured fish for Aqua Alex is the beautiful clown loach. I'm waiting for the image to pop up on the screen so you guys can see what a clown loach. All right, so this week's Aqua Alex featured fish is the beautiful clown loach. Now, the clown loach is also known as the tiger botia. It is a tropical freshwater fish belonging to the loach family. It is the only member of the genus Cramabota. It originates in inland waters in Indonesia on the islands of Sumatra and Borneo. The common name clown loach comes from the fish's bright colors and stripes. It is often in the aquarium hobby that tropical fish with stripes that stand out are commonly called clown, as well as from its habit of entertaining aquarium owners with strange habits, such as swimming upside down or playing dead. Now, the clown loach can reach up to 11 inches in length. However, it is extremely slow growing, and I have yet to see one past 9 inches. So I would say you can probably expect it to grow anywhere from 7 to 11 inches. Extremely slow, though. You have to have a lot of patience with clown loaches because they are extremely slow growers, which means if you keep predatory fish like me, they're probably going to end up food at one point or another because they don't grow quick enough to live with predators, in my experience. So clown loaches are native to the islands of Sumatra and Borneo in Indonesia. Clear stream environments provide the optimal habitat for clown loaches, but biannual moon-sun flooding forces the fish to move into flooded floodplains or murky or black water rivers or lakes for 7 to 8 months of the year, and clown loaches are commonly found in the floodplains of hilly areas. Breeding adults migrate to smaller waterways to spawn annually. They are extremely susceptible to ick, so it's very important that you have clean water so that they don't get ick, because sometimes when they get ick, they usually can die, and it can be fatal when clown loaches. So you got to be very careful. Make sure you keep your temperature anywhere between 74 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. And feeding, they're very easy to feed. Most clown loaches accept commercial flake food and sinking pellets as their dietary staple. They thrive with a variety of food. Live food can include worms, brine shrimp, small snails, and other plant matter. They can also eat freeze-dried tubifex worms and frozen bloodworms and brine shrimp. Clown loaches and their cousins are also one of the few fish that will eat bladder snails, and they are valued by aquarists for controlling this pest in planted aquaria. And that is this week's Aqua Alex featured fish. Hopefully in the future I can have a nice school of clown loaches again. But if I wanted them for my 125, I'd have to get at least 4.5, 5-inch clown loaches, and those are a pretty penny. You can expect to pay probably around $500 for a school of 4.5 to 5-inch clown loaches, at least in my area. All right, so still to come tonight, I will be featuring the black ghost knife for South America, the Starry Night Cichlid for Africa, and the panther grouper and marine betta for saltwater. 1 week from Sunday, we've got an historic fish keeping show coming your way.
Looking for something exciting and fun to watch on Sunday, October 6th, 2024? Well, Aqua Alex Cardinale is proud to invite you to tune in and watch the 250th episode of Aquatic Wetline right here on YouTube channel The Real Alex Cardinale. Fish keepers get ready for a fun fish keeping celebration, all in honor of reaching 250 episodes. Aquatic Wetline started in 2013 as an audio podcast, and truth be told, it's very likely that Aqua Alex has well over 1,000 episodes if you count all the audio-only episodes, but Aqua Alex is only considering the YouTube Aquatic Wetline lives because they are much more fun. One thing for sure, though, is this. Aquatic Wetline is one of the longest-lasting and original fish-keeping live streams, and it will continue to grow. Live Sunday, October 6th, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Get ready for a fun fish-keeping live stream to celebrate Aqua Alex's hard work. On Friday, September 20th, 2024, Oasis Aquatics announced that it would be closing its retail location and focusing its efforts on online sales and aquarium maintenance. Live Sunday, October 6th, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, Oasis Aquatics owner Tom Maguire will be on the show to discuss what led to the decision to close the retail shop and what the future holds for Oasis Aquatics. Plus, Aqua Alex will get new fish, and they will be revealed on the show. Also, meet the new Oasis Aquatics commercial. Plus, Aqua Alex will have aquarium facts, fish tank update, and so much more. Don't miss the 250th episode of Aquatic Wetline Live, Sunday, October 6th, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel The Real Alex Cardinale.
Yours truly, Aqua Alex, is very much looking forward to that 1 week from this Sunday. And Tom is actually going to be here a little bit later on in the show to talk about freshwater stingrays. But right now, we're going to welcome our first of two special guests tonight. We're going to welcome Jeremy Leighty to the show, and I'm going to play a little 8-minute preview of an interview that I did with Jeremy a couple of weeks ago. Next week on Friday Live, we're going to do a live interview with Jeremy. But right now, Jeremy is going to come on here and talk about snakeheads. So let's welcome Jeremy Leighty to the show right now.
Oh, there's a multitude of things I like. Okay, as a whole, I really enjoy that torpedo, that cigar-shaped torpedo body with a lot of it has to do with their finnage. And even the less colorful ones just have a beautiful form about their body with their flowing fins and, just the way that they carry themselves. Kind of fits my demeanor, so to speak.
Yeah, they are cool predatory fish. It sucks that they're illegal now, though.
Yeah, I understand that we need to protect our environment, but there also needs to be some, reality brought into this, that not every species would ever become invasive, and even the ones that are here never became as bad as they initially predicted that it would become. So, I think there could be a how do I want to put this? A medium that would satisfy everybody, because there are small tropical species that pose very, very little threat to all but maybe the warmest regions of the United States, southern Florida, along the Gulf Coast maybe, and Hawaii. But for the most part, they would never pose a threat. And they're small enough anyhow that, the large predatory native fish would probably gobble them up anyhow.
That's true. So what do you remember about keeping snakeheads?
Well, there's a lot of good memories I have. A couple bad ones too. But for the most part, they were all good. At that point in time, I kept all the ones that were available here in Northeast Ohio. I had red lines. I had the what were known back then as chocolates, the striatus. I had the African Parachana obscuras, the Africanas. Channa Blaharise, Channa Gachua, Marlaru, I'm sorry, not the Emperor, the Bullseyes. What are those ones? Marulinus, maybe? I'm a little foggy on my Channa right now. Sorry about that, but I'm getting a couple of them confused. But yeah, the bullseye snakeheads, I kept them too. And the one that memory that I have that wasn't exactly the greatest was I had the giant snakehead. What do they call them? When they're small, they call them the red lines. And this thing at that point in time was about 16 inches. And I got it as a wild caught fish. So this one was accustomed to eating nothing but live food. And I happened to feed the tank, and I was going out to feed the rest of the room, and I hear this loud smack. And as I turn around, because I could hear it as I'm walking out, I hear this cracking sound. And I turn around, and the whole end of the tank blows out. The fish rides this wave down. The tank was a good 4 feet off the ground. And the fish rides this wave as it blew out the end of the tank, rides it down to the basement floor, slides across the floor on its belly, and started slithering across my floor. So they're when people talk about tank busters, they definitely can be tank busters, and along with a host of other fish too. Some of the giant catfish, large cichlids. They can all be tank busters. You just got to be really careful.
I agree. That's a very unique story. It must have been a scary situation.
Yeah, thankfully, the room was in a basement, so the damage was only the loss of the tank, and the fish was none the worse for wear. It lived in a small little container or tote until I was able to replace the tank a couple weeks later. So, that just shows the resiliency that these things can have, that it was able to survive the tank explosion and landing on a hard concrete floor and living in a tote for it was a good, probably 6 weeks before I was able to replace its tank. And at that point, I had put up some precautionary measures so it didn't get it, wasn't able to go swimming and get full speed like that again.
So in your opinion, should snakeheads be taken off the banned list?
I think it should be reviewed. And the ones that have proven themselves, like the northern snakeheads and the bullseyes, that they can become invasive and they have breeding populations, I think those should probably be looked at and possibly kept on it. But, as far as the smaller tropical species, I think that there could be a medium with the government and keepers by having a permit system where, people pay a permit in order to be able to keep these, which I think would, anybody who's going to go through the options to get a permit and the hassle of all that, plus pay a fine, is less likely to go out and release their fish in the wild, just because I think, having gone through that trouble, plus being a bit more environmentally conscious of the effects of it all, I think would totally negate that. Plus, it would raise some money that could be used to, help negate the consequences of the ones that are already here. And not just snakeheads, there's a whole host of invasive species that are running rampant all across the country, from fish to insects to plants. And, there could be a medium that benefits everybody. I just don't think all these options have been explored. And when, one side, which in this case was the government, had all power and all say without, you know, actually knowing all the facts regarding snakeheads, which was our initial topic, you know, without knowing all the facts about them and how invasive they could be or wouldn't be, and whether or not native species would adapt to this new invader here, and possibly, like in the case of, you know, snakeheads, now we got alligators that are eating them. Some of the larger predators like alligator gars now have another food option, as some of the native prey species are becoming less and less available. That gives them something that they have. And, you know, the fact of the matter is it's here. So, you know, and it doesn't look like they're going to go away. So, you know, there should be options in place of how to deal with.
And that was just a snippet of my last interview on Aquatic Wetline that I did with Jeremy Leighty. Next Friday, here on Friday Live, Jeremy will be here live, and he'll be the only special guest, and we'll be talking about Viaja cichlids, Salvinis, and many other amazing fish. Still to come tonight, we have our second special guest, which is going to be my dear friend, my fish keeping mentor, Oasis Aquatics owner Tom Maguire, and Tom will be here to talk about freshwater stingrays. But right now, it is time for Fishy Flashback Friday, and tonight we're going back a couple of years. We're going back to May of 2022. We're going back to when I had a massive Oxydorus niger ripsaw catfish, and we're going back to a feeding video that I did on May of 2022. This video has about 500 views, I believe, and it's one of my favorite fish keeping videos I ever did. Here is this week's Fishy Flashback Friday. All right, so let's get to this week's Fishy Flashback Friday on a Niger cat. Let's see if I can get my studio to work. I'm surprised my studio is working very well today. Not that many tech issues, thank God. It is about time.
You need anything, let me know.
Yeah. Look who's out, my Oxydorus niger. I've never been able to get him on video eating, but I finally got him now. This is my Oxydorus niger named Shamu, enjoying some Akari pellets, and he's definitely put on some size since I've added him to my 125. Look how big he got. He got huge. But he's definitely a gentle giant. He doesn't bother anybody. All right, that was this week's Fishy Flashback Friday. And now it is time for this week's South American featured fish. This week from South America, we are going to feature the beautiful black ghost knife. So from the Amazon River this week, we're featuring the black ghost knife. It is a tropical fish belonging to the Ghost Knifefish family. They originate in freshwater habitats in South America, where they range from Venezuela to the Paraguay Parana River, including the Amazon basin. They are extremely popular in the aquarium hobby. The fish is all black except for 2 white rings on its tail and a white blaze on its nose, which can occasionally extend into a stripe down its back. It moves mainly by undulating a long fin on its underside. It'll grow to a length of 18 to 20 inches. Black ghost knifefish are nocturnal. They are a weakly electric fish which can use an electric organ and receptors distributed over the length of their body in order to locate prey, including insect larvae. Like I said, they can get 18, 20 inches in length, so a 6 foot 125, 150, and larger would be ideal for a black ghost knife. Don't keep them with anything crazy aggressive, but they'll do good with Oscars, Sebrums, and other fish from South America. And they will eat pretty much anything from bloodburns to raw market shrimp, etc. Very, very cool, awesome fish from South America. Well, a few moments ago here on Super-Sized Friday Live, we had our first of 2 guests. And our first guest tonight was Mr. Jeremy Leighty. Next week, Jeremy will be here live on Friday Live.
Get ready for a one-on-one tropical fish chat next Friday, October 4th, 2024 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time / 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Aqua Alex Cardinale welcomes Jeremy Leighty back to the show for a fun interview. This time, Jeremy and I will discuss Vieja cichlids, Salvini cichlids, and other awesome fish. Don't miss Jeremy Leighty live Friday, October 4th, 2024 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific.
Looking forward to chatting cichlids and tropical fish with my friend Jeremy Leighty live next Friday on the first Friday Live of October. Well, Saturday Live and Friday Live are proudly presented by Oasis Aquatics, but they're also presented by African Joy Flex. And our next featured fish is presented by African Joy Flex. What is African Joy Flex? Well, African Joy Flex is basically like Cameo, except it is from people living in Africa. Each and every purchase goes to supporting African wildlife and African family. So if you love supporting African wildlife and African families, be sure to check out African Joy Flex. They do amazing videos just like this one.
Welcome to Saturday.
Welcome to Saturday.
Live. WRX.
Cardinale.
Cardinale. Saturday Live. is now worldwide.
Yeehaw! That was an amazing video, right? You want to know what else is amazing? Partnering with African Joy Flicks. African Joy Flicks is a video production company that supports African families and African wildlife. They are much very like Cameo. They create birthday greetings, they create special occasion greetings, they create anniversary greetings, they create customized video greetings for you. You can have them send a loved one a birthday video. You can have them send a loved one an anniversary video, all customizable to your liking. And it's for a great cause. It is supporting African wildlife and African families. So you know, I, Alex Cardinale, am proud to be part of the African Joy Flicks family. Now, I'm thrilled to offer this to my viewers at a discounted price of 20% off. You can get 20% off your African Joy Flicks video by using the discount code WH20. So, at checkout, enter the discount code WH20 and you will get 20% off your customized video from African Joy Flicks. So I challenge you and I encourage you to support African families and African wildlife and purchase one of these amazing videos that are produced by African people supporting African wildlife and African families. The video I got was amazing, and I'm sure you're going to love this video too. Discount code WH20. Click the link in the description of today's video. And now, African Joy Flicks proudly presents the African Featured Fish. And this week, we're taking a look at the Starry Night Cichlid, aka Paratilapia pollini. All right, so this week's featured fish from Africa is the beautiful Starry Night Cichlid, which is also known as Paratilapia pollini. So it is a medium-sized cichlid endemic to Madagascar. It is also a popular fish for display at public aquariums. Adult and subadult dominant Paratilapia pollini individuals are jet black in color, covered with brilliant iridescent spots, which shift from golden to blue depending on the movement of the fish and the angle of the light. The eye is a bright yellow. The male can reach almost 11 inches in total length, while females are usually half that length. They will eat pretty much anything, and they are an extremely hardy cichlid from Madagascar. You know, I personally would love to keep a Madagascar cichlid or Starry Night Cichlid in the future. It is a dream cichlid of mine to keep. All right, let's get to our second topic tonight here on Supersized Friday Live. We're going to talk about freshwater clams, aka freshwater mussels. Just like earlier on in the show where we found out that you can actually have Pothos in your aquarium, well, it is possible to have freshwater clams, aka freshwater mussels, in your aquarium. So let's talk about keeping freshwater clams and freshwater mussels. Now, freshwater mussels can be kept in aquariums or outdoor containers, but they are best suited for large outdoor spaces. Tank size: a 10-gallon tank or larger is recommended for freshwater mussels. For 2 to 3 small mussels or 1 large mussel, a 40-liter tank or larger is needed. Substrate: a medium to fine substrate such as gravel or sand is needed for burrowing. Water quality: freshwater mussels can tolerate a wide range of temperatures, but the water should be relatively unpolluted and oxygen rich. If using tap water, dechlorinating products can be used. Freshwater mussels and clams can be fed invertebrate feeding blocks or algae discs. Water changes: change 25 to 50% of the water twice a month. Freshwater mussels are compatible with most freshwater fish, but should be kept away from freshwater puffers, loaches, and some catfish and cichlid species because they will become food. Freshwater mussels are filter feeders that help keep water clean by removing tiny particles like algae and detritus. They also are long-lived and sensitive to environmental changes, making them good bioindicators. So I should actually get some freshwater clams and freshwater mussels for my aquarium as well. So far tonight here on Supersized Friday Live, we've had our interview with Jeremy where he discussed snakeheads. We've learned about the clown loach. We've learned about the black ghost knife, and we've learned about the Starry Night Cichlid water fish, which is the panther grouper. And then we're going to get to our second saltwater featured fish, which is the marine betta. And then we're going to welcome our second guest tonight, my dear friend, Tom Maguire from Oasis Aquatics. So let's get to our first of 2 featured saltwater fish. And the reason I'm featuring 2 saltwater fish tonight is because I didn't get to do a saltwater featured fish last Sunday on Cichlid Sunday Live. So that's why we're going to do a featured saltwater fish and another featured saltwater fish right now. All right, so our first featured saltwater fish is the beautiful panther grouper. The panther grouper is one of my favorite saltwater predatory fish. You know, predatory fish runs in my blood. It runs in my veins. Both freshwater and saltwater, I love monster predatory fish. So the panther grouper is also known as the humpback grouper, or panther grouper, or in Australia, it is known as a barramundi cod. It is a species of marine ray fin fish. It is a grouper. It grows to 28 inches in length. It is widely distributed throughout the tropical waters of the central Indo-West Pacific region. This panther grouper lives in clear waters from lagoons and seaward reefs, with a preference for dead or silty areas. The diet of the panther grouper is based on small fish and crustaceans. They're very popular in the aquarium hobby, but be aware they grow up to 28 inches in length. They will eat small fish. They are not reef safe by any means of the imaginations because they will eat crustaceans. So don't keep them in a reef tank. These are saltwater predatory only fish. And like members of its family, the panther grouper is a demersal solitary, except during mating periods. It defends a territory and is an ambush predator. And that is our first of 2 featured saltwater fish tonight here on Supersized Friday Live with me, Aqua Alex Cardinale. We're going to talk about my next featured saltwater fish in just a moment, but I would like to promote another upcoming special episode of Friday Live, and that is Toothy Friday Live, coming up in a matter of weeks.
Get ready to be biting. Get ready to learn about fish with teeth. Fish that can definitely leave a mark or fish that can rip and tear. It's Toothy Friday Live, and it's the next special episode of Friday Live with Aqua Alex. Live Friday, October 18th, 2024 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Get ready to learn about fish with teeth. Aqua Alex will feature the Caribbean piranha, red-tailed barracuda, and the tarpon. The South American featured fish will be the black piranha, black wolffish, and the black pacu. The African featured fish will be the African Odo pike, tigerfish, and the MBU pufferfish. Plus, learn about needlefish as the saltwater featured fish. Toothy Friday Live with Aqua Alex will kick off Piranha Weekend, and Piranha Weekend concludes with Piranha Saturday Live on October 19th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
All right, I thought we went through an entire show without any tech issues, but we had our first tech issue there. But that's A-okay. Let's get to our final saltwater featured fish and our final featured fish for this week's episode, and it is on the marine betta, a beautiful predatory fish from saltwater. The comet or marine betta is a species of reef-associated tropical marine fish. The marine betta reaches up to 8 inches in length. Adults are usually found near reefs and in caves and crevices along drop-offs. The marine betta is nocturnal by nature and will hide under ledges and in holes by day. During nighttime, it leaves its hiding place and swims along the reef searching for food. They possess an eye-like shape, which is actually the dorsal fin. When in danger, this fish will poke its head into the hole and expose its tail end, which mimics the head of the moray eel. Marine bettas are predators, feeding on crustaceans and small fish. They catch their prey by approaching it swimming sideways and then wait for the prey to try to escape. As the prey tries to escape, on the side of the fish, it will escape towards the fish's mouth half the time. Marine betta are known to be difficult to feed in captivity, as they will generally only accept live food. Moreover, they require time to stalk their prey. Therefore, if they are in an aquarium with other predatory fish, such as lions and groupers, they might starve, as they are not fast enough to get a good share of the food. And that is the marine betta. We're going to welcome Tom Maguire to the show in just a second here, but let's find out what to expect on Piranha Saturday Live and what to expect on tomorrow's Saturday Live. I love Saturday Live, and I love hosting Friday Live. So let's find out what you can expect in a couple of weeks on Piranha Saturday Live and tomorrow.
After a thrilling and successful Stingray Saturday Live, Alex Cardinale is proud to announce another special themed episode of Saturday Live, dedicated to another aquatic creature with a bad reputation. Let's get ready to tangle the piranha. Get ready for an electrifying special episode of Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale that dives deep into the thrilling world of piranhas. Tune in on Saturday, October 19th, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on the Real Alex Cardinale's YouTube channel. This episode will spotlight 3 fascinating piranha species: the red belly piranha, the black piranha, and the Manueli piranha. Ever wondered if these notorious fish are truly dangerous to humans, or whether they can make good pets? Alex Cardinale will tackle these questions and more, bringing you expert insights and captivating visuals. Don't miss out on this fantastic episode that promises to be both educational and entertaining. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a moment of the action. Piranha Saturday. Live with Alex Cardinale. Live Saturday, October 19th, 2024, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific here on YouTube channel, The Real Alex Cardinale.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to Piranha Saturday Live on October 19th. And here's what you can expect tomorrow on Saturday Live. The final Saturday Live of September, the first of the fall, and the first Halloween.
It's time to get in the spooky spirit.
Live.
Halloween season is now upon us. Halloween-themed Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale begin on the next Saturday Live. Live this Saturday, September 28th, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on the last Saturday Live of September and the first of the fall. Get ready for a thrilling episode. Alex Cardinale will have spooky Halloween facts on WWE SmackDown, and facts on CBS. Chef Alex returns to Saturday Live, and he'll have a Halloween sugar cookie recipe. The very first featured Halloween candy will be the Reese's White Chocolate Ghosts. Our scary creature featured animal will be the intimidating Nile crocodile from Africa. The pet of the week is the ugly bulldog. Yankees fan Alex Cardinale will recap the 2024 Yankees regular season schedule and discuss keys to reaching the World Series. Buccaneers fan Alex Cardinale will recap Week 3 against the Broncos and previews Week 4 against the Eagles. Plus, Aqua Alex will have another aquarium update, crumble cookie spotlight, and so much more. Live Saturday, September 28th, 2024, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel, The Real Alex Cardinale.
Perfect. And now let's welcome my mentor and my fish keeping friend, the owner of Oasis Aquatics. And Tom is going to talk to us about freshwater stingrays, one of my favorite fish from South America. Today we have a very special guest on Saturday Live. I'm thrilled to have my friend and my fish keeping mentor, owner of Oasis Aquatics, Tom Maguire, on the show with me today. We're going to be talking about stingrays and a little bit about the aquarium business, Oasis Aquatics. Tom, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you for having me, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great. Happy to have you on the show again. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it's been a bit. I apologize. I've been quite busy over here, but life goes on, and I'm happy to be back on the show.
Glad to have you. Thank you so much for being a great partner of mine.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure.
Lots of good things to come still.
Yes, definitely. I can't wait. You've got a great business.
I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you.
So I know that you have a love for stingrays, right?
Oh, I sure do. It's been a good portion of my early 20s working pretty much exclusively with stingrays, and I miss it every single day, and I kind of want to get back into that soon, but that's a conversation for another day.
Beautiful. I love freshwater stingrays. They're one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah, mine too. There's a lot to be said about the personalities that they have and, each individual ray and how they act and all of that stuff. It's so cool.
So what would you say is your favorite stingray?
Favorite stingray, call me basic, but I am kind of the front runner for a good looking black diamond. It's tough. A lot of like the marble motoros really tickle my fancy also. There were some really, really cool, they call them like Thai hybrids or something that were coming out of Thailand for a while. Like super marbles or whatever. Those are really, really pretty as well. But something about a classic black diamond, there's, it's hard to beat that contrast with the black and the white and the nice spottings, the big flagtail, all that stuff. They're really neat.
That's awesome. So what do you like about stingrays?
I think it goes back to like a personality thing. I mean, they're like little water puppies, and you can train them. They'll eat right out of your hands. They don't fear you. After a while, they get used to you. They know who you are. They're really, really highly intelligent creatures. And I mean, I don't know if you ever fed stingrays in person, but just watching them eat is incredible. I mean, the way they go from, this little flat pancake to this big ball and they jump on the food and all that. It's just, there's nothing else like it.
So what should people know about keeping stingrays in the home aquarium?
As far as home aquariums go, it can be difficult for the size requirements. I mean, my biggest females that I had when I was breeding were 30 inches across the disc, it's a big animal, and you got to have adequate space for them. No, there's no such thing as miniature, reticulated stingrays, the teacup stingrays. Nobody's been able to really breed them and keep them successfully. Even so, they're not small fish. The bioload is really incredible that comes out of them. So it's tough to keep, all of that stuff in general. So I would say the biggest thing to know, just do your research. It's not one of those like leopard gecko type pets where you can keep it in a small tank and feed it every once in a while. It's really a commitment. But if you're into that kind of thing, again, there's nothing else better than keeping stingrays, in my opinion. They are the coolest animal that's ever been in the hobby that's become a lot more available over the past couple of years.
I agree. They're awesome. I had a breeding pair of Motoro stingrays a while ago. They're beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
But they have a big bioload to your aquarium.
Yes, they do. DIY filtration would be highly recommended on my end if you're going to keep rays. Moving bed filters with, K1 media. I think they make K3 media now, all that kind of stuff. Bio balls, trickle filters, anything that you could do to, keep that bioload down. Big water changes. If you can do a drip system or an automatic water change system to make your life easier, that's always recommended as well. It's a commitment, but if you do DIY, you're going to save a ton of money and it's going to be way more efficient than any modern day filtration that's on the market. Like I'm not going to plug in 6 FX6s into a 300-gallon tank. I would just much prefer to do a DIY filtration, you know. It'll save you a ton of money in the long run. And like I said, it'll be more efficient anyway.
I definitely agree with that. So how did you get into the business of selling stingrays?
Well, it kind of came up as an opportunity when I want to say 21. And I was working with somebody else, and whatever, things didn't work out. He went a separate way. But yeah, I don't know. We kind of saw an opportunity to sort of bring back the market, because it was very few and far between and ridiculously expensive. I mean, even back then, for good quality black diamonds, you know, I would sell them for $1,200 a piece, $1,500 a piece. Now I know there's a lot of breeders out there, you know, local, what have you, even if they're brought in from overseas. If you can find the right ones and you know their quality, you can still get quality ones for $500. I mean, I even see albino pearls now for $500. And when I first started, I mean, this was, I want to say 7 years ago, I was offered a pair of albino pearls. And some of the first that would have ever been in the country, I couldn't afford it. It was way too much money, but it was like 30 grand for the pair, which is mind blowing. But now they're so readily available. I mean, there's guys in somewhere around here in Jersey, they sell them, breed them themselves and sell them for $500, and they're beautiful, you know, so the market's definitely come down a lot on them. But yeah, I mean, now that I'm not actively selling them, you know, continuously, I do still have some in store. Appreciate that there's so many readily available, and the quality's become a lot better in some cases. Don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of hybrids and you know, all that kind of stuff going around that are sold as regulars. But if you find a good breeder, preferably somebody local or somebody, you know, who you've known for a while or has been in the business for a while, then yeah, I mean, I would say definitely go for it, especially with the expense now is not next to nothing. They're still expensive, but you know, compared to what they once were. And I'm very happy to have played a part in that now there's tons of people out there who are doing it and keeping them successfully. And, you know, we're not having quite as many as the issues as we ran into when, you know, everybody first started bringing them in years ago. And yeah, it really warms my heart to see so many people get to enjoy it.
That's awesome. Have you ever kept any saltwater stingrays?
Yeah, over the years, I've had a couple different ones. I never kept them personally, but I brought them in and sold them. The saltwater rays are really cool. Don't get me wrong, but there is, I don't know, the freshwater rays, I'm a freshwater guy at heart. I love everything freshwater. So the fact that we can have stingrays that are freshwater makes it even cooler, in my opinion. So, yeah, I don't know. The saltwater rays aren't nearly as available. And they're still a lot of money too, a lot of that stuff. So
I agree. I'm a freshwater guy by heart too.
It's hard to beat it, man.
That's true. So how's Oasis Aquatics doing?
Oasis is good. I'm working on a few things on my end. The problem with retail now is that the overhead is insane. So my bills are anywhere from $7,500 to $10,000 a month just to break even. So there's something to be said about, you know, working your butt off for 120 grand a year just to break even. So I'm working on a few things. I will announce that in actually the next couple days. You will be the first to know, just so you know. But yeah, I got no complaints. I'm going to start moving in a little bit different of a direction, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. I mentioned it to a few people around, and they're very excited about the project too. So I can't wait, and I'm very excited to share that with you when the time comes.
I can't wait to hear about it. Your business is a great business, and I love supporting it.
Well, thank you, brother. You have been nothing but my biggest fan, and I can't, I can't thank enough for that.
You're welcome. I tell people you're one of my greatest mentors in the fish keeping hobby.
I try my best, man. That's one of my favorite parts of the hobby is teaching people, kind of how to sit back and relax and enjoy it, because it is supposed to be an enjoyable hobby. And a lot of people come in through the doors and they're ripping their hair out and I can't figure this out and blah, blah, blah. Like, just take a deep breath, go home, kick your feet up, have a cocktail, relax, watch the fish tank. If there's something catastrophic, we'll fix it. But Mother Nature doesn't happen immediately, and Mother Nature also doesn't like to be tinkered with. So if you sit there and you're trying to figure out, especially with the salt water, why is my calcium 380 instead of 400? Okay, do your corals look good? Do the fish look good? Does the water look good? Yes, great. Relax, So there's definitely something to be said about that. So I don't know. I really that's the best part for me is when people come in and they're like, you know what, it worked. I'm like, yeah, just take it easy,
I can't wait to come up and see your store in person in February.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's coming up soon.
I know, time flies.
It sure does, man. I mean, it's halfway through September already, and I feel like we just started summer, so it's going quick, but it's kind of a good thing.
That's true. So do you have any plans on getting new fish for Oasis?
Yeah, coming up here in the next couple weeks. Like I said, I got some projects that I've been working on, so I will be moving some stuff and rearranging and all of that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, there's always stuff coming in and out. The problem is right now what my area entails, more or less the rare stuff that I bring in is sort of housed by me for a bit too long that I like. There's quite a few monster fish keepers around the area. I'm just still trying to get the word out about that. I'd like to be able to sit down and work more on the online, redo the website, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, you can only sell so many guppies and mollies and platies before you get tired of it. So it's hopefully, in the next, like I said, part of the project, little hint is that I want to get back to sort of my roots and, go for lower priced things would be number one, so that I don't have to, have as much overhead, because that dictates the price quite a bit. Not that I think my prices are bad. I've actually heard quite the opposite, that I do have fair prices on things. However, I would like to be able to take the time to sort of tailor to exactly what I want to bring in, and what I know people don't have access to. So a little bit more getting back into my roots and going more into the rare and the fun stuff.
That's awesome. I still have some of your fish that are thriving in my tank right now, like the orange pike and the limeless shovelnose.
Excellent. Love to hear that. I'm sure that pike's grown quite a bit by now.
Yeah, he's pretty big. Your fish are high quality. I love them.
Yeah, I try my best to, if I don't like a supplier, and it hurts, but, sometimes you got to cut them off. If their stuff's not good, then I don't want it. I've been around the block a few times. I've seen enough suppliers selling junk, and then the fish stores get it. And then guess what? They do everything they can to turn it around and get it out the door so they don't lose money on it. But I'm kind of the opposite. I don't want to take that risk. I would much rather have it die or be sick or whatever in my hands than send it home with somebody and then it affect their tank, because then they're not coming back to me, number one. And number two, it makes me look bad. So I'd much rather take the time to, medicate it, make sure it's high quality. And if it's not, then, I'll find somebody else who has better,
So have you gotten any online sales recently from our giveaway?
Not from the giveaway, but yeah, like I said, I want to redo the website a little bit, make it more user-friendly, get back into, my photography game and get some better pictures and videos and spend the time really getting the word back out there about the online sales, because that does help quite a bit. And, there's a lot of people across the country who don't have access to local fish stores. And then even when they are local, I don't know, it depends. So, hopefully next couple weeks with the announcement of the next project, we should be able to get some fish out back across the country and see what happens from there.
Sounds great. And if you ever need any announcements or you want to come on my show, you're always welcome.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for your time today. You did a great job.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. It's good to talk to you as always, and hopefully we chat again soon.
Definitely will do. I always enjoy having Tom on my shows. That was actually my second time having him on my show. The first time was earlier this March for our 10-year YouTube anniversary. And the third time will be the charm on our 250th episode of Aquatic Wetline next Sunday. It has been an incredible episode of Friday Live with Aqua Alex. We've got a couple more things to do, but we're getting ready for next Friday. Next Friday, in 7 days, we've got another awesome Friday Live coming your way, and it's the first Halloween-themed Friday
Halloween
Live.
season is upon us, and for the next month on Friday, Live with Aqua Alex, it's time for the monster fish to come out on the prowl. Live Friday, October 4th, 2024 at 10 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. PT. Get ready for a fun Friday Live. The monster fish out on the prowl on this episode will be a shocking fish, literally. This fish can deliver a powerful shock. Learn about the electric eel. Fish keeper Jeremy Leighty will be in the house to discuss Vieja Cichlid, Salvinis, and more. Learn about giant Danios, Bolivan Ram Cichlid, Disticotus, and raccoon butterfly fish as the featured fish. Plus, Aqua Alexa facts on clownfish and gobies, Aqua Alex reacts, and so much more. Live this Friday, October 4th, 2024 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time / 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Kick off the awesome fish keeping weekend in style only on the Real Alex Cardinale YouTube channel.
And I'm looking forward to next Friday's Friday Live with Aqua Alex Cardinale. So before we get to our main event tonight, which is Aqua Alexa's facts on goldfish, we've got one final topic, and this topic is going to make my friend, the Crayfish King James Jones, proud, because right now we're going to be talking about keeping crayfish in the home aquarium. And a lot of crayfish that are in the aquarium hobby are sold as freshwater lobsters. And right now we're going to debunk that myth right now on Friday Live. Ladies and gentlemen, there are no such thing as freshwater lobsters. Those freshwater lobsters that you see at your local fish store are simply crayfish and nothing more. Now, having said that, crayfish are still pretty awesome, and they are a awesome invert. So here are some tips for keeping crayfish. Water. Provide clean, room temperature or cooler water, 62 to 74 degrees Fahrenheit. You can use spring water or tap water that's been left out for 48 hours or treated with a chlorinating agent to remove chlorine. Temperature. Keep the water temperature stable and avoid direct sunlight. A minimum of 10 gallons of water is a good rule of thumb for a crayfish's tank. So every crayfish, you should have 10 gallons of water. Provide hiding places like rocks or plastic pipes. Crayfish are territorial and like to burrow, so don't disturb any holes in the substrate. Feed your crayfish every day. You can feed them sinking pellets, live worms, or plants. And crayfish are nocturnal and are most active shortly before dawn and after dusk. And crayfish molt 1 or 2 times per year. And crayfish can live with fish. However, they should live with large fish that are too large to be picked at or too large to be eaten. And that is information on keeping crayfish. And that is tips for also keeping crayfish as well. And now let's welcome Aqua Alexa back to the show one final time tonight. And tonight, let's let Aqua Alexa conclude the show with information on another popular aquarium fish, goldfish.
Main event time. Let's learn about goldfish right now. The goldfish, Carassius auratus, is a freshwater fish in the family Cyprinidae of order Cypriniformes. It is commonly kept as a pet in indoor aquariums, and is one of the most popular aquarium fish. Goldfish released into the wild have become an invasive pest in parts of North America and Australia. Native to China, the goldfish is a relatively small member of the carp family, which also includes the Prussian carp and the Crucian carp. It was first selectively bred for color in Imperial China more than 1,000 years ago, where several distinct breeds were developed. Goldfish breeds vary greatly in size, body shape, fin configuration, and coloration. Various combinations of white, yellow, orange, red, brown, and black are known. Various species of carp, collectively known as Asian carp, have been bred and reared as food fish for thousands of years in East Asia. Some of these normally gray or silver species have a tendency to produce red, orange, or yellow color mutations. This was first recorded in Imperial China, during the Jin dynasty, 266 to 420. During the Tang dynasty, AD 618-907, it was popular to raise carp in ornamental ponds and water gardens. A natural genetic mutation produced gold, actually yellowish-orange, rather than silver coloration. People began to selectively breed the gold variety instead of the silver variety, keeping them in ponds or other bodies of water. On special occasions at which guests were expected, they would be moved to a much smaller container for display. By the Song dynasty, AD 960-1279, the selective domestic breeding of goldfish was firmly established. In 1162, the Empress of the Song dynasty ordered the construction of a pond to collect the red and gold variety. By this time, people outside the imperial family were forbidden to keep goldfish of the gold, yellow, variety, yellow being the imperial color. During the Ming dynasty, 1368 to 1644, goldfish also began to be raised indoors, which permitted selection for mutations that would not be able to survive in ponds. The first occurrence of tailed goldfish was recorded in the Ming dynasty. In 1603, goldfish were introduced to Japan. In 1611, goldfish were introduced to Portugal and from there to other parts of Europe. During the 1620s, goldfish were highly regarded in southern Europe because of their metallic scales, and symbolized good luck and fortune. It became a tradition for married men to give their wives a goldfish on their first anniversary, as a symbol for the prosperous years to come. This tradition quickly died, as goldfish became more available, losing their status. Goldfish were first introduced to North America around 1850 and quickly became popular in the United States. Goldfish are gregarious, displaying schooling behavior, as well as displaying the same types of feeding behaviors. Goldfish have learned behaviors, both as groups and as individuals, that stem from native carp behavior. They are a generalist species with varied feeding, breeding, and predator avoidance behaviors that contribute to their success. As fish, they can be described as friendly towards each other. Very rarely does a goldfish harm another goldfish, nor do the males harm the females during breeding. The only real threat that goldfish present to each other is competing for food. Commons, comets, and other faster varieties can easily eat all the food during a feeding before varieties can reach it. This can lead to stunted growth or possible starvation of fancier varieties when they are kept in a pond with their single-tailed brethren. As a result, care should be taken to combine only breeds with similar body type and swim characteristics. Those are all my facts tonight. See you next Friday.
Thank you, Aqua Alexa, for your amazing information on bettas and goldfish tonight. And there you have it. That is tonight's episode of Supersized Friday Live. I'd like to say thank you to all the viewers that watched today's show. Whether you watched live or you watched the replay, I greatly appreciate your view. Special thanks to Bull Terrier for being part of the show and answering our questions. And special thanks to Tom and Jeremy for being amazing guests. I will see you all next Friday for Friday Live with Aqua Alex. Don't miss Saturday Live tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Fish keepers, have a great rest of your weekend and a great rest of your Friday evening, and I will see you next week. Happy fish keeping, everyone, and good night from sunny South Florida.
Thank you for watching this live stream on the Real Alex Cardinale YouTube channel. We hope you enjoyed today's live stream. Whether you learned about tropical fish, a crime, an American tragedy, or had fun on Saturday Live, your view is what keeps the great content coming. Thank you for supporting Alex Cardinale and watching this live. It's hard to believe we are quickly approaching 11 years together. Get ready for a big 11-year celebration taking place in New Jersey. Special thanks to our sponsor Oasis Aquatics for helping our channel grow. Looking for quality tropical fish? Check out oasisaquaticsnj.com. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Share this video on social media and let your friends view too. Remember, sharing is caring. Subscribe for more awesome videos. Thanks for watching and stay legendary. Goodbye for now. We will see you on the next live.